Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week 5 Swiss match. We are in the last week of Swiss, and we have a wonderful 3-1 match between Sigil and BlessedBe. My name is Bakuda, and I am joined here in the booth with JX If I said that wrong, pardon me. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, and the B is silent, so it's either JX or Adam. It's all good, though, because we're just here to have fun, to commentate this wonderful race that'll be starting shortly between Sigil711 on the left side of your screen and BlessedBe on the right side of your screen.
And we have had quite the Swiss tournament up to this point. I mean, you look at the brackets and it doesn't look right. There are people that should be at the top that are way down below. But it just goes to show you how much talent we have within this community.
Absolutely, the talent pool is extremely deep, and it also shows the volatility to this flag set.
Oh yeah, like I've had seeds that I've raced that have been fairly straightforward. More often than not, though, it's just brutal. And looks like we're getting ready to get started here.
Absolutely, and here we go. We're off, and we're starting up in Casino Corner.
Wow, that is, I mean, you're far away from most things. You do not want to take any overworld deaths tonight.
Well, that depends on a couple of more things, but I think you're right. And the first thing is, if this isn't any road, it's not just a potion shop. And it looks like we have a recorder start this evening. So once our runners pick up some Triforces, they will have some easier movement on the overworld as they find level 6 at the 1Q letter cave.
Very nice find. Recorder's my favorite start. Je ne parle pas italien?
No.
No.
And immediate divergence and an immediate transport in level 6. Plus, we see we have 2Q bubbles, which means we have second quest somewhere in our dungeons. Level 8 for BlessedBe. And that transport connected back to itself in level 6. Sigil continuing exploration. BlessedBe marking level 8 and moving on the overworld.
Looking at this level 6, I believe we can rule out both first and second quest. I think we have a Shapes first half of this seed.
Shapes first half. I always need a map to confirm that, but I don't need anything to confirm that a 117 large secret is awesome. There's the map for level 6.
Which means we will have a second quest back half.
So second quest back half for the runners is a little bit of good, a little bit of bad.
I don't know anymore, because I think this is just a frame rate issue. Those red bubbles turned to blue bubbles. So have we truly seen second quest bubbles?
Yes, the first transport room that Sigil was in was all blue bubbles. It looks like 1Q bubbles are also mixed in, and I think that was a bow as the Armos item.
Wow, that's a massive find.
And if you need any confirmation, Sigil just went through a bunch of red bubbles and more red bubbles, picking up a heart container on the floor in level 6.
Yeah, those are definitely looking like red bubbles, so absolutely second quest. BlessedBe finding level 4. We are finding all sorts of levels right in the first 5 minutes of this seed.
All right, chat. It's getting easier and easier to figure out what's our last dungeon that we're going to find tonight. Also, while we're playing fun and games, what is that level 6, chat?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Oh, no. This Zol not wanting to play nice. But he can't get it anyway. He needs a bomb.
Yeah, I don't think you can clip into the river and get your sword far enough to hit that. Red candle for BlessedBe under the floor in level 4.
That's a great early find right there. Sigil finally going to up an A.
That's right. If we're correct on our 2Q enemy set, and I believe that we are, that red candle will be some repeatable offense, and also will be good if BlessedBe happens to lose their sword. Plus, they will not need to purchase a candle this seed. And oh my, there are Lionels underground tonight.
I mean, you look at the room that Sigil just had to up an A out of. With a red candle, that would have been no problem.
That's absolutely right. A bomb pack on the floor. That's part of the reason to do some early dungeon exploration.
Has BlessedBe lost their sword?
Maybe. No.
Okay. Just enjoying burning everything. Got it.
Oh, that mugger is not very nice in level 6,
No.
asking for one bomb or all your keys.
Oh,
And
no, take
Sigil,
that one
no
bomb.
hesitation giving up the bomb just to see a ladder block.
Ooh. That is awful right there. He stands there regretting life decisions, and there he goes. BlessedBe finding level 7.
Oh boy, that's the first of our cinnamon roll dungeons. Hope everybody's hungry. Sigil, immediate retry, getting back his bomb capacity.
You know, that's a good move. He didn't really get anything more than the heart pickup in that 6. If he's tracked his dungeon, he still has all that information.
Absolutely, and on the next pass into level 6, he can certainly revisit that room and pick up the heart container. It may even be required just to make progress in the dungeon. BlessedBe has also seen a mugger and decided, hey, no thank you, and must have picked up another large secret because they're at 242 rupees. Being corrected in chat, and yes, it was absolutely a full reset. I think I misspoke, which that happens from time to time because I don't words very well.
We have a blue boomerang on the coast.
That's everybody's something favorite boomerang. Chat a little surprised, thinking it's a Groundhog Day seed. No Groundhog Day seed tonight. Just an early reset, which in this flag set is not as punishing as you might imagine.
No, I think it was the right call, getting your bomb back.
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely to get that bomb capacity back. With that dungeon looking to be full ladder blocked. And that's confirmation. We do have a bow as an Armos item. Sigil and BlessedBe both having the bow.
Sigil going to go ahead and save that. Meanwhile, BlessedBe burning down the forest.
As one does in Hyrule.
Now, if Sigil makes his way out to the coast, he should find that Take Any Cave, which will give him a candle, if he doesn't make his way into level 4 first.
That's absolutely right. It's also possible Sigil with the money is going to pick up the arrows, and there they are, wooden arrows for Sigil.
Solid purchase. Okay, BlessedBe, I'm going to go ahead and check out where these any roads take us. Okay.
Uh-oh. Well, we do have the recorder, so we can get back into that any road.
But go ahead and check these. Doing a little bit of gambling. But That's a pretty decent any road start.
Yeah, we have Grave in the coast. We'll see what else comes up. But for now, I think BlessedBe is just going to continue exploration in this area, probably knocking out the closed recorder spots. Without a Triforce, you have to just wait and see if a door pops open, because a whirlwind will not spawn. Question in chat: what is the cutoff qualifications for brackets and the win-loss ratio that's the minimum? The cutoff is 2 and 3, in which case there is going to be a play-in race. If we have an odd number of people that finish 2 and 3 after this week, there will be a spin of the wheel, and the lucky person who is drawn on that wheel spin will automatically be moved to brackets. The remaining 2 and 3 players will be facing off next week. They will be, I believe, running 3 games to decide which ones will advance to the brackets and which ones will go to our bonus brackets.
Okay.
And I say that fully with 100% confidence that if I'm incorrect, Fury will appear out of nowhere and correct me with stern words and angriness, which is okay. Medium secret of 30. That's right in the middle of where it needs to be, and almost proves vanilla. And by proving vanilla, I mean I just want ice cream.
Who doesn't want ice cream? Oh, look at those bomb prices.
4 rupee bombs. Yes, please.
BlessedBe finding level 6.
Yes, let's see if they find a different route through here and avoid the mugger that we know to be present.
Now, this transport might be the answer to that. We'll see if he actually takes it.
It is not. We saw Sigil take the other transport and end up back here, but that would have been nice. The ye old one-room transport.
See, that explains why I didn't think he took it, because it was just one room down.
Exactly. Sigil finding some any roads. Oh, that's a vanilla any road.
And not only vanilla, but very close to start. Those are some solid any roads.
And that was Gorilla sniping on the overworld. Back to start Sigil goes. BlessedBe discovering the mugger, bombing everywhere. We don't believe these will open. Sadness ensues.
They won't open. And there's the bomb. Unfortunately, BlessedBe doesn't have that map, so he has no idea that this is an immediate up A right here.
Yeah, it's interesting to see him taking out this room, maybe just to see if there is a helpful spawn, maybe an item. We know an item's not gonna spawn on the floor, at least not a helpful item, other than like bombs or a key. And Sigil playing the money-making game, plus 61. Chat, with all this talk of ice cream, let's get our favorite ice creams in chat. I'm just a plain old vanilla person, but I'm sure that there's at least someone in chat that likes the good stuff like the wasabi.
Wasabi? I am all about the moose tracks.
Oh, that is a solid ice cream choice. Orange sherbet? Absolutely.
But now, if we talk things like frozen yogurt, or even better, gelato, pistachio.
Pistachio gelato. So,
yes.
I have a place near where I live that does custom Italian ices.
Oh.
And they do all kinds of crazy ones. I think their current one is Red Bull.
Oh, interesting. I think this is where BlessedBe is going to get his map, if I remember correctly. Yes, that is the map. And now he's going to get a look at this interestingly crazy level. Sigil finding level 4.
All right, good news for Sigil. We know a red candle awaits them in here if they can find it. Level 6 full of ladder blocks and traps. Not a great combination.
I love to see that both of our runners have purchased that early wood arrow to go with their bow, and they're using that bow quite liberally.
Absolutely. We've seen that the medium secret is just an average 30, the large secret at 117, and the Kananaki by Sigil 100% on point, walking back through the door to lock in the open door, about to discover the ink blot that it will be level 4. Chat, what's that ink blot?
I think it's the Starship Enterprise.
I can see a little bit of the Starship Enterprise in there. And I'm happy that I asked chat about ice creams because I'm getting some great ideas for dessert tonight.
Pistachio ice cream with peanut butter swirl. Now that is an interesting combination. I immediately want to say no, but then at the same time, I kind of want to try it.
If I've learned anything, it's when people say something that's a combination that I wouldn't have thought of. It's to think, okay, does this actually sound good? And kind of do an imagination thing, much like these ink blots. Like, for instance, level 4, I see a little bit of a forklift going on.
Meanwhile, all I see is a skeleton dragging around a golden Dorito.
Skeletons get hungry too.
Yes. Well, this particular Stalfos has the key to this level, but we want to see what else this level has to offer.
Well, now that we've got the map, we know at least where to bomb. BlessedBe clearing the moat room that Sigil could not, rewarded with a pack of bombs.
BlessedBe did find another way down into that southern portion.
A snake watching over her eggs. Is that for level 4 or level 6? Because quite frankly, it could be both of them.
Llama looking over shoulder.
How about a camel that's resting?
Ooh, Sigil spending last key. Gonna have to get a good Kanana key here. Did not have the patience for that. Gonna say nope.
I don't think they could have got a Kanana key with the compass
there
drop.
Weren't any. Yeah, and there weren't any doors.
Well, there was one interesting way that it could have been done, but it would have been a very difficult Kanana key. And that would be if the block in the middle pushed, you could use that block, push it, and candle boost to the door. A very advanced move.
So I will admit Kanana key is the one technique I always completely forget about in the middle of a run.
Oh, honestly, if you're racing, I'm surprised you can even remember how to swing the sword. There's just too much going on. Ooh, pointing left emoji for level 4? I can kind of see that.
Okay, and Sigil's going to get his candle. Going to be very happy about that. Now, I don't believe that we saw a floor drop for level 4 yet.
Not yet. I'm thinking it's up in that top little area that Sigil couldn't get to. BlessedBe, in the meantime, has found another take any, up to 6 hearts. Once they find the white sword item, they will be able to lift it.
Now, Sigil did manage to get a key. He is heading very quickly over to this one spot. Gonna see if he can advance northward and find that last item.
So, question in chat, can you Kanana key through bombable walls? That's a wonderful question. I actually don't know if that's possible, but I do know that you can use an opening bomb wall to Kanana key through a door. And now I have a question that I'm going to have to ask runners that are far, far more knowledgeable about this game than I am.
I feel like I've heard something like that, where you could Kanana key through a bomb wall. But don't take my word for it, because I could be just misremembering.
It's quite all right, Bakuda. When we misremember, I don't call that doing anything bad. Any key for Sigil rewarded for going back with that one key.
Very, very nice. Chat saying you cannot do that, but you can bomb Kanana.
Yep, that's what I was saying. You can open up a bomb wall and also Kanana key. I think the Kanana key is purely for the locked doors.
All right, thank you so much for that clarification.
Oh, I'm going to take Druis's word too. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Druis knows way more about this game than I do. All I can do is sit up here with Bakuda and give occasionally good commentary and occasionally deceptive commentary.
See, that's our saving grace right now. The flag for deceptive commentary was rolled.
Yes, and by rolled we mean it's always on because it's never random.
Find our other mugger here and gonna easily pay that key.
That's right. Sigil knows that when you have all the keys, paying 4 keys means you still have all the keys. But you don't have invincibility against your own Candlefire. Back to start he goes.
That key is going to prove a really nice advantage for Sigil, not having to worry about keys, and keys have been a bit of an issue in this seed so far.
That's right, Bakuda. It's often a great advantage to have the any key, though I have seen more than one race where having the any key was a disadvantage because now you could route ways that your opponent could not.
It's true.
And I see our small secret has rolled up a tiny bit to 12.
So we are looking pretty good for secrets.
That's right, and chat confirming my math that infinity minus 4 is still infinity. I'm always thankful for chat because obviously we are on stream and I am not licensed to do math on stream. White
right,
Sword Heart for
Blessed
Blessed Be. "20-minute first heart, not quite. Sigil, I think, went 5 minutes in, got into level 6, had a heart container, but then did a hard reset because they paid a bomb and couldn't make any progress."
Just over 20 minutes into the seed, and we have 4 of our 9 dungeons found. Still looking for 1, 2, 3, and 5. And 9.
Only one of those is really not what the runners want to see at this particular second. Sigil with the prescription letter. In chat, a race that came down to one runner spending time to get the any key. BlessedBe spending time to get a blue ring that will double their defense.
Fantastic purchase. You've got a full wallet. If you keep running checks, you're just going to lose that money to door repairs.
Either that or you're going to pick up a secret that you think might be a small secret and end up getting a large one and leaving like 100 rupees on the ground.
Yeah. But you've already made your arrow purchase, so why not?
That's true. I mean, we have arrows. We have a red candle. Really, the only thing the rupees are good for, we have the bait, at least on BlessedBe's side. The rupees are only good for a couple of things. Bomb upgrades, shooting arrows.
And I anticipate they are going to be shooting a lot of arrows.
I do as well. Someone in chat lamenting, and by someone I mean Harp Guy, that no one picks up the magic shield. That is not correct. There are quite a few runners that I know that pick up the magic shield. I don't know about these 2 runners, though. And at 153, they're not going to pick that shield up. They'll find the cheap shield.
Yeah. I have found that myself, because I used to pick up the shield, but now that I don't, it's made me better at dodging because I am no longer relying upon that shield.
Ooh, Sigil grabbing a potion very early from a take any cave.
That is, when you are less than 5 or 6 hearts, you still don't know what that white sword item is going to be.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Sigil saw the white sword item. That is some very cheap hints over here on Candle Row. A hungry Gibdo that swallowed a heart container in level 7.
If I only had a heart.
Well, that Gibdo has a heart for now.
For now. Alright, it seemed like we were swimming in levels the first part of this seed, but really struggling to pick up any more. I'm starting to wonder if we're going to have to wander over into the western half of this overworld before we find some more of our levels.
That's entirely possible. I mean, there is an entire mountain to be bombed out. Sigil continuing overworld exploration. BlessedBe burning the Gibdos to a crisp. Arrows coming in clutch, taking out all 3 poles' voice in a single twang.
And nothing to beat the Dodongos with.
That's unfortunate. Without bombs, there's not much to be done, and there's a 95 rupee large shield. But Sigil says, no thank you.
And he gets the heart anyway.
Sometimes that's just the way you gotta roll. If you see a heart container and you can pick it up, you gotta take it. Unless, of course, you're really confident in your play and you say, you know what, I'm gonna just not.
What, did you see that? He almost took those rupees with a full wallet and pulled back just at the last moment.
That was clutch. Honestly, I would have been grabbing those rupees and been like, dang it, full wallet. What was I thinking? Yeah. It's the same reason why I go out of my way to pick up fivers when I've got a full wallet. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I like Malkir's comment in chat. Oh, baby, 255 arrows.
Oh, but we could make those better if we could find some silvers. Then we'd have 255 silver arrows. Pretty, shiny, and magical sword damage.
Now, this is called Death Armos for a reason. This one is particularly deadly.
Oh yes, we have some Dark Nuts, some Guerrilla Snipers, and then the Armos statues themselves.
I just love it when they clog the exit.
Yeah, they're rude that way. So chat, there are a couple overworld exploration items that we haven't found yet. We haven't found the raft. We haven't found the power bracelet. What say ye? Will either of those be required tonight?
Both, huh? I could certainly see that happening with the slight drought that we're having at the moment.
We're starting to get a lot of coverage on the overworld. And speaking of getting a lot of coverage, these runners deserve more coverage. You should go to Twitch right now and follow them both. Follow Sigil711, follow BlessedBe. BlessedBe has an underscore at the end of their Twitch handle. Both of them are putting on an amazing race for us tonight, and they deserve your attention off of the race scene and just in their regular streams, where they will be willing to drop some Z1R knowledge on you that goes far beyond what either myself or Bakuda could do right now. And follow Chaos Finale. That's our tracker. Without Chaos, we don't get streamed today because trackers are required, and they are also the MVPs. Sorry, Twitch chat. You're not quite the MVPs, you're close. You're number 2 in our MVP book.
And lastly, be sure to follow Adam because he's phenomenal. And if I recall, last time we were in comms together, you said that you had not raced a tournament yet?
Oh no, not only have I not raced a tournament, I have not streamed ever. So please, please, please follow me so that you can get all the not notifications of me streaming. But if you do want to get notifications of streaming, follow my co-com Bakuda. Bakuda does stream, and again, their knowledge of Z1R goes well beyond my own.
Well, I am still learning a lot myself, so we shall sit here in comms and learn together and anxiously await Adam's grand debut into the Z1R racing world.
Next Rookie Rumble, maybe. It all depends if I can ever get a screen scroll.
I understand that pain all too well. All right, we have Sigil here checking the graveyard.
Yep, finding that indie road. Oh, go ahead.
Not going to find much here, but hopefully goes beyond and up into Death Mountain.
Well, they have 8 bombs. They are prepped to go up there and start wreaking some havoc on those unopened caves. And Drew is very helpfully reminding me that screen scrolls are not required to beat any seed. He is absolutely correct. All the tricks you see these runners performing tonight, none of them are required to beat a seed. You don't have to perform ladder clips. You don't have to screen scroll. You do have to get a sword, a bow, silver arrows, assemble the Triforce of Wisdom, and defeat the Big Pig, but you don't have to do the tricks.
Last but not least, you've got to save save the rescued.
They become rescued level 3 on Death Mountain.
It always seems to be, this is a trend that I've been noticing with a lot of races. You find the larger dungeons first.
It seems like that sometimes. Sometimes I think it just is, you happen to see the races that are like that. It's probably pretty even which dungeons are found first, and a quick Triforce and 3 for Sigil.
I'm not sure if BlessedBe has seen that Triforce, but both of them are in this level 3. Sigil going right back in on a level 3. I think that is a solid decision.
Absolutely. There's one stair item in here and one floor item, and this dungeon should be relatively small, but it is a Shapes 3. It might be extremely segmented.
Now, there is an argument for leaving, even though it is 3, because you have the Triforce and you have that recorder. You can easily come back here at any time.
That's right, Bakuda. I can definitely see that argument, but I can also see that you've seen a lot of the bigger dungeons, and the combat in those dungeons kind of stinks. You'd really like to have a ladder as well.
Fair point. And BlessedBe saying, no, I don't want this yet. So we are going to dig.
Here's a stairwell for BlessedBe. Oh no, it is a transport. We have at least one segment, chat. Get your segment hype out. And really, here's one of those cases where the any key could come into play. There are a lot of locked doors here in level 3, and none of them are a problem for Sigil.
Looky there, white sword in 3. The dig already paying off.
And it didn't look like there were too many keys required to get that. The white sword is going to double the damage out of every sword swing for BlessedBe. Sigil right on their tail, though they don't know it, and a heart on the floor, and then the hand saying, oh no, Lost Traveler.
Did he get it, though? He got it.
He got it.
That's actually Wait. Oh, he didn't get the Triforce.
No Triforce yet, but here's the map. Sigil, already having a Triforce, says, I don't need that compass.
So I was about to say getting hit by that hand is actually pretty nice because you're able to go back to the beginning without losing any of your health. But yeah, he does need to come back here and pick up this Triforce, and that way he will be able to walk out of this dungeon with full health.
That's right, and with that Triforce, BlessedBe is done with level 3, on their way out to explore more of Death Mountain. White sword found for Sigil.
That is BlessedBe's first Triforce, putting him on the board against Sigil's 2 Triforces. But I would say that these 2 runners are pretty neck and neck right now. It won't take BlessedBe very long to catch up, and BlessedBe has that blue ring, which is going to help him stay alive much longer in dungeons, especially with 10 heart containers.
There's level 9 up on Death Mountain. It's moved a tiny bit, but it's still there. Level 2 for BlessedBe.
And there's your other hint shop.
All right, well, we might be marking that down and coming back. Only time will tell.
1 and 5 are only levels outstanding at this point.
And our runners high-fiving level 2. No segments to be found here. But we did find somebody that everybody likes. Chat, put your hands together for our favorite eyeball monster, Patra.
Oh, now that's an interesting 2. And yet another high 5 here.
And that Patra is required. BlessedBe, already up to 10 hearts, has a 1 in 5 chance of lifting the magical sword should they find it. Will they go back in? I'm thinking so.
Well, now wait a minute. Who is booing the Patra? Are we even allowed to boo the Patra?
No. They're saying, boomazing. It's a Patra. Or maybe they just forgot the M and they're like, boom, it's Patra. And level 2 kind of looks like an ice axe to me.
An ice axe, interesting. Oh, this is a nasty room. Oh, you're even shuttered in. With 2
That's all right.
bombs.
Just use the bubbles. The bubbles can be your friend in this situation. In fact, we have the runners with a pure high 5 right here in the same room. Chat, get your high 5 hype out.
Oh, Sigil just comes in here and dominates this room, taking out the 2 orange Wizrobes immediately and using his red candle to take out the... Oh, my head going blank here. What are those creatures? Zoles,
yes.
Right? Yes.
The Zoles.
Yes.
The blobby-looking things. There we go. We got some high 5 hype in chat.
Yeah, both of these runners just taking the exact same route in this level 2, but it is extremely linear, so you are going to take one route. A little bit of divergence here. BlessedBe saying, I'm going to come back. Sigil wanting to know what is in this room.
Why, pancakes and BMOS, of course.
I mean, that's why BlessedBe left. Those BMOS make everything more difficult.
It was a heart container. Pole's voice? Guess what we have? We have arrows. Pole's voicer, no problem. I don't think it's quite as satisfying as screaming into the level or the player 2 controller, but what is satisfying is finding that book just on the ground here in level 2.
And that's a fantastic find because just 2 screens to the right of level 2 are some very, very cheap hints. And both of our, well, Sigil has a very full wallet. Gonna save out of there instead of checking that hint shop.
Oh no, they're going to save and whistle right back so that they can hold on to their rupees. BlessedBe, by not clearing that like room, is going to do the whole rest of the dungeon first, having not seen... Well, maybe this will send them back to the like room.
Oh, this is a nasty room. Completely unnecessary.
But I thought you said you wanted a blue lagoon.
Sure. Sure. All right, we're going to get a look at these hints, hopefully.
All right, BlessedBe, thinking better of it, destroys the wall. The Dongo dwells on Death Mountain. Old man! Really?
Okay, here we go. We've got Aquamentus awaits with the recorder.
That's helpful. We know the recorder's in one.
A feat of strength. Okay, so...
For everyone in chat who said both items were required, sorry, power bracelet, not required.
Sail
Raft,
over the water
however,
to find the boomerang. Oh, that will be...
Raft required this seed.
That will be 1 or 5.
That's... I don't know how the runners are going to feel about that, but I know I'm always rooting for a Raft seed.
Okay, BlessedBe in the right room now to pick up his last heart container. Sigil going to continue their dig of Death Mountain, looking for that last level. I say last because we know one of our 2 missing levels is in a raft spot.
That's right. BlessedBe was doing something that I was going to call very smart, staying in the pancake armor and firing out candle blasts to help clear some of the pancakes from this room, the likes.
I think at this point, with half a heart, leave the room, save the state. Nope, gonna stick it out. Can you do it? Can you stick it out? You do it out!
Oh, seize the heart container, though. They might decide that they don't need that heart container. We'll wait and see.
Thing. Okay, yeah, he's out. Good call.
Yeah, they're going to write that down just in case Mags becomes a thing. Sigil, hugging a dark nut several times. Back to start they go.
Now we have one more hint shop on Candle Row. It'll be interesting to see if Sigil decides to go and purchase those hints.
Oh, I think Sigil might be heading there shortly. I think they are heading towards the Any Road to get closer.
And BlessedBe just having a difficult time with these dark nuts. I imagine trying to get a few more bombs.
I think that's exactly what's going on. Just didn't want to go up too far without more bombs.
Now, Sigil's gonna, or I'm sorry, BlessedBe is gonna be very happy to find this hint shop here, although not enough rupees to collect all of them.
That's right, and we know there's one important hint up there. Here come the rest of the hints.
Oh! Silver arrow is 1 or 5. Play a melody to obtain the magic key. Okay, we already got that. And Glee Alpha works with the right candle. Already had that. Well,
all right. Raft blocked silvers. And we already have the bow from the Armos, so chat, I think we've got a pretty straightforward seed from here. It's a raft hunt and a ladder hunt.
Now, this could be the kind of seed that I love. Are we going to have a raft in 9?
No, we can't have a raft in 9 because
reverse that. Yep, I answered my own question. No, so I have to more fully explain myself now. What I've really been wanting is a bow blocked silvers with bow in 9. I want to see a double dip required.
Yep. Sigil using their potion on the screen, not a bad idea. You don't want to get all the way up near the White Sword Cave and not be able to get in there to see what's in there. It looks like it's a level. It is not a level, it's just a potion shop.
Now, we haven't seen any potion prices, so we have no idea how costly that potion really was.
So here's one thing that's nice. BlessedBe, with that hint, is going to know that the raft is required with the sail to get the silvers. Won't know that the power bracelet is not required, but now also has an idea on that magic key.
Now, we, both 6 and 7, both of our runners still need to go into 6 and 7, and we have not found our stair item in either 6 or 7. We also have 8 that neither of our runners have really explored that much. All 3 items of 8 have not been accounted for. BlessedBe having that thought in his head right now as he dips into 8. And may not stay very long.
So question in chat, if you have to be greater than 2 and 3 to move on, why are the 3 and 1 racers still running? And the reason they're running is for seeding purposes.
Okay, so Sigil finding level 1, which means our silvers and our boomerang are going to be in level 5.
That's some excellent logical deduction, Bakuda, because here's the raft in 1.
Raft. That puts Sigil in the driver's seat with this seed. Has level 1, knows basically where all his levels are. It's only 2 possible checks for that level 5. This is Sigil's game to lose right now.
Oh boy, Aquamentus awaits on Death Mountain. I think these hints in the dungeon are broken. There's the recorder on the floor in 1. That leaves one more floor item somewhere here in level 1. BlessedBe continuing in level 8. Will they find the ladder here?
Ladder would be a huge pickup. Wand would also be nice, but ladder, that's what both runners are really wanting to see. Especially Sigil. Sigil's found his raft. But that ladder.
There's the Triforce in level 1. Sigil continuing exploration. Transport in 8 for BlessedBe.
And I don't blame Sigil. If I had ladder in hand, I would probably be out of there. But you want to try and find that ladder. It is the most common block in the game.
Hey Bakuda, you know what my favorite ladder block is?
Is it Zelda in a Chevy room?
Oh, it's not only Zelda in a Chevy room. It's Zelda in a Chevy room where the ladder's not required otherwise.
Yes.
BlessedBe,
so
Heart under the floor in level 8. Triforce for Sigil out of level 1.
I don't believe we saw that last item in 1, did we?
I don't think so. I imagine Sigil's going to go back in.
Going right back in.
And Thurwolf in chat pointing out that if there are no ladder blocks, you could still have a ladder in level 9 and ladder block silvers outside of 9.
That is true.
And there's a heart on the floor for Sigil. Done with level 1.
Alright, well at this point, Sigil pretty well has all of his locations. It's just a Triforce hunt right now.
That's true. Triforce and silvers. And I guess TBD on the ladder.
Ladder would be a great find because there's that initial ladder block in 8. We don't know if he can actually get around that yet.
Yeah, I think level 6 looked pretty ladder blocked. Level 8 probably has a staircase around it, question mark. We'll just have to wait and see.
And
Level 5 on the level 4, 1Q level 4 raft spot.
And this is a good move, going straight to level 5, because you know silvers are here, and that is going to give you magical sword, arrows, which is going to help you in combat the rest of the seed.
Absolutely. It's also a relatively small dungeon compared to 7 and 8 with far less staircases.
Oh, yeah. We got a 2Q back half. This 8 is just going to be monstrous, as BlessedBe is demonstrating.
Oh, absolutely. Level 8 has approximately 200 staircases.
And a few of them one way.
Well, those are the best, sort of like this Chevy room where we're battling a dig dogger.
Excellent use of red candle
Yes. Very good combat from BlessedBe taking out that dig dogger. Hopefully they exited the room before they up and aid.
there. Yeah. Didn't quite catch that.
So question in
There's
chat,
our
who
silvers.
writes... Oh, there we go. Tentative go mode, right up until it's not go mode. Question in chat, who writes the randomizer code for new flag sets? I believe the randomizer code is all written and maintained by another member of the community, Fred Coughlin. He's F. Coughlin on Twitch. When you're there giving our racers a follow, and giving our tracker a follow, and giving my co-com Bakuda a follow, give Fred a follow as well. Because without Fred, we wouldn't have this randomizer. Without the trackers, we wouldn't have this restream. Thanks, Chaos. We appreciate you.
All right, and it looks like we are heading to 7 on Sigil's side. BlessedBe in 4. And I have to say, some fantastic dodging on BlessedBe's side. Definitely trying to stay on that half tile, which is where you want to be when finding Lionels. Oh, look at that silver arrow damage. So nice to see.
Oh yes, there is nothing more satisfying than getting in here with a ton of arrows and just turning that bow into a machine gun.
Yeah, those silvers cut through like butter. Okay, BlessedBe going to find this Triforce, but will... Okay, 7 is going to go up. The any key was just a few rooms north, had the keys for it, but he's going to take the Triforce and go. He knows that silvers are not here. It's just a Triforce hunt right now.
Triforce out of level 7 for Sigil. BlessedBe may go back in here. The one thing that they're missing is a map that will show them where all the rooms are so they don't have to play find that bomb wall.
Yeah, level 4, he's going to definitely want to see what the items are because, again, we have not found that ladder. And there's that map that he's been needing.
BlessedBe should remember that they got the red candle out of here, but they are still missing the one item which we know to be the any key.
And unfortunately was just a few rooms away from it. Sigil, meanwhile, going into 6.
That's right, Bakuda. And this will remind us if 6 is truly ladder blocked or not. Another very great hint that is absolutely useless, the Dongo dwells with the book. And And for anyone in chat wondering why that's useless, you can't understand the Old Min without the book in this flag set, so you can only see that hint once you have grabbed the book.
Which is why hints regarding books in this flag set are some of my favorites.
I agree, Bakuda. It's very fun to see if you're watching. But if you're running, it's gotta be really frustrating. Just like the "you are here" hints in the dungeon. Also, shout out to Ferran Burgundy for the "you are here" hint title. I like that so much I've just started using it, but I gotta give credit where credit's due.
Sigil paying this mugger for the second time and very happy to do so with the keys. Now, I don't know if Sigil remembers. Sigil had a bomb, a bomb. Sigil had a map first time he came through here.
That's right, but neither of our runners candle boosted down here to open that wall.
Okay, there's our compass. We're just a few rooms away from the Triforce here.
Loch Ness Monster for level 4. I like that guess. It goes right along with all the other ones, but I'll say one thing level 4 doesn't look like. It doesn't look like a cactus.
Okay, Sigil checking all these rooms to try and find the push block. This might be it right here.
It could be, and Sigil is explaining to the moblins that silver arrows are far more powerful than their wooden arrows.
This is our item. It's going to be. There's the ladder! BlessedBe on the right track to find his any key. Sigil, though, very much in Triforce and Go mode at this point.
Yeah, right now it does appear that Sigil is in control of this race, but this race could turn on its head as soon as Sigil goes into level 8. There's the any key for BlessedBe. Did they notice that they got it?
Checking. Yeah, I've done that so many times before. You're checking the inventory going, I heard something. I heard something. But yes, does recognize the any key is there, and BlessedBe is out.
Chat saying level 4 looks like a cactus that fell over. No, 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 no. You can definitely have shapes that look like a cactus, but those are very, very rare. Be more creative, chat. I know you can do it.
BlessedBe into level 7.
Sigil finding a Triforce guarded by a Digdogger.
And I'm going to grab that, bringing his Triforce count up to 7. Sigil going into level 8 for that last piece of the Triforce.
Ah, yes, the ever-famous tell people exactly what the levels look like when you know when it's 1Q or 2Q.
Level 7 looks like a spiral. But wait a minute, I thought level 8 looked like a spiral. Okay, putting level 7 and 8 side by side like that just looks like dizzy eyes.
It does look like dizzy eyes. You can also see exactly how they fit together.
You can. It's actually a lot of fun.
Question in chat: how did Sigil get such a huge lead? It's just been a little bit of bad luck for BlessedBe. First time Sigil was in 4, they found the any key, and they just kind of fell into items since then. But what I will say is that even though there's a lead, this lead can be quite deceptive. A lot of the Triforce pieces are quite easy to get.
The other big thing that's contributed to Sigil's lead was finding level 1 before BlessedBe which gave him the raft. So BlessedBe is really digging for that raft right now, whereas Sigil has everything that he needs in order to complete this game.
Yeah, I think one of the other things is, though Sigil knew they needed the raft, they also, you're right, they did find level 1 first. If BlessedBe didn't know they needed the raft, they might be, like, not really digging these dungeons, just looking for the Triforces and going. Another heart in level 8, I think that's the one that BlessedBe found earlier. And there's one of those one-way stairwells in level 8.
They'll get you. All right, and here is the Chevy room just outside of the entrance. Sigil going to give us our first look beyond. And look at there's the map, but we already know what this is.
There's a power bracelet on the floor. No need to look for any more stairwells for an item. Question in chat, 2Q8, you want to take that, Bakuda?
2Q8 has 3 items, 2 in the stairwell, 1 on the floor. What was our other stairwell item? Because I've only seen the heart.
That's right. We've only seen one of the stairwell items, so there is still another outstanding stairwell item, unless that other stairwell item happens to be a heart, and we've somehow seen both of them, but didn't put 2 and 2 together. Which is perfectly fine, because as I've said previously, I do not have a license to do math on stream.
But at this point, the only useful items left to find are a red ring and a wand, both of which would be very useful, but not quite worth digging this 8 over. I have a feeling once we find that Triforce, Sigil's going to bounce out of there and head straight into 9.
Oh yeah, Sigil's not really digging for items anymore. Sigil has everything they need.
But should you find one of those items, you're absolutely picking it up.
BlessedBe finds a take any, marking it for later. Not enough rupees to purchase a potion, so may come back for the potion later. May come back to take a heart if they find mags.
Now that blue lagoon just a few screens north of Sigil did not look too welcoming.
Yeah, I called it a blue lagoon. That's kind of a misnomer. I believe the blue lagoons, and I'm going to go ahead and correct myself on this one, are dark nuts. I'm going to start calling that a magical blue lagoon.
You know, it's blue, it's lethal. I will probably drown in there, so yeah. But yes, I do believe you are correct. All right, Sigil going to take this stairwell here. Meanwhile, BlessedBe up in Death Mountain, he was going to find level 1 very quickly. This is exactly where BlessedBe needs to be.
Absolutely. Sigil in level 8. There are, I believe, 5 sets of transport stairs, 2 one-way stairs, and 2 item stairs in here. So it is actually very easy to start getting turned around if you're not mapping this dungeon.
BlessedBe looking for some bombs, gets them, and is going to delve into 1. Meanwhile, Sigil looking very, very closely for that Triforce.
Sigil
There's
gets
the
a compass. And really, in a level like this, that's what you want to see. It's going to direct you to the room you need to get to. Hopefully, there's a path.
Oh,
there's a
talk
path.
About a block.
Chat, have you not been entertained by that shoot? I'm sure if we had audio on Sigil, he would be saying a few things that we cannot say here on SpeedGaming. And while we are all reveling in that unfortunateness that we just saw Sigil face, go give Sigil a follow. Anyone who goes through that kind of torment for our entertainment deserves that. And while you're out there following people, follow BlessedBe, follow our tracker Chaos Finale, because again, without Chaos, I wouldn't have known the recorder was in level 1. I'd be completely lost. And follow my co-com, Bakuda. Without Bakuda here... Oh, no, I'm just saying, without you here, I'm talking to myself. And that's just too much like real life. I can't do that.
And continue to urge my commentator Adam to join the ranks and play with the rest of us.
Eventually, we'll get chat just chanting "one of us, one of us."
Okay, so that is 2 ways that we've tried to get in here. I think we may need to start looking for a transport into this Triforce room.
Level 8 doing level 8 things. I know in this randomizer we like to call level 9 the Great Equalizer, but in a 2Q back half, it's level 8 all the way.
Yeah, 2Q level 9 is actually pretty nice. But, 8 is just brutal. There's our wand. I mean, that's just going to catapult Sigil even further into the lead.
Assuming that Sigil doesn't burn himself to death.
Well, I mean, I say that, but at the same time, he's been using those silvers quite liberally. So, I mean, he's been going crazy ever since he got them. So this wand is not going to make any more... Oh!
Game says no.
Yes!
Where is Malchior?
Oh.
Malchior, we need that clipped.
Yeah, somebody clip that. Please. Throw it up there. It's got to go in the compilation.
Triforce found in level 1 for BlessedBe. They have yet to find the raft. I'm almost positive they will go back in.
Yeah, at level 1 you have to. Meanwhile, Red Ring, it will either be in 7 or in its default location of 9. Okay,
question in chat, what happened? All I will say is, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Again.
Okay, this is promising right here. Go, okay, north, and then
Yeah,
there's
this is the
right
way.
there.
This is the way. Bomb upgrade 107. Raft for BlessedBe. Whiz robes for Sigil.
Yeah, and that bomb upgrade is just rubbing salt in the wound. You're only about 20 rupees shy of that bomb upgrade.
Now, to be fair, Sigil fired something like 160 silver arrows. So really, you know, if they had been a little less judicious with the silver arrows, they would have a little bit of money left over to be able to get that bomb upgrade.
Got to be careful here. You have no ring, just a few bops of that, and he does it. Excellently done. That's all 8 Triforces. We are heading into level 9.
That's right, Bakuda. Sigil is the first one of our runners on stream to assemble the Triforce of Wisdom. Being as there's only 2 runners on stream, one of them had to be the first. Don't worry, BlessedBe will be right behind them, we hope. Whistling away, getting ready to go into level 9. And shout out to Malchior. And shout out to Ferran, both of them making clips. We greatly appreciate that. Somebody clip the chat of them clipping things. It'll be great.
All right, well, we step into level 9. And Adam, what are we looking for in level 9?
All right, so for those of us who are unfamiliar with The Legend of Zelda, we are looking for 2 things. We are looking for the final boss of the game, Ganon. He happens to be a very loud boss, so you're going to hear him if he's adjacent to you, either one room, north, south, east, or west. We are also looking for the Kidnapped. In the case of people playing as the Link sprite, that will be Princess Zelda, and she will be behind a shutter door that will remain closed once we have defeated all the enemies in the room, except if Ganon is defeated, in which case the shutter door will open immediately, even if enemies are in the room. There's one exception to that rule. Bakuda, what is that exception?
Sorry, I was keeping an eye on BlessedBe's screen while you were talking.
Wait, nobody told me there'd be questions. Oh no!
I know. Terrible.
Nonsense. So I was just asking for the one exception to the shutter door rule. Wooden boomerang found by BlessedBe in level 5.
So the shutter will open after you have defeated the pig. If that's what you're asking
right.
With an exception.
Oh, so what I was looking at, and where's my buzzer? Bzzzt. Sorry, that was not correct. The answer is the exception to the shutter door rule is Ganon's room itself, which can contain up to 4 shutter doors. The Kidnapped can be behind 3 of them. The only one the Kidnapped won't be behind is the one you entered through.
Oh, it's something I never really considered, because yeah, you are right, but my mind just kind of slips into vanilla mode at that point.
Oh, vanilla mode. Well, we've already had our long discussion about ice cream, and I think we all agreed that ice cream is the greatest. Speaking of things, there's a shutter door that didn't open after the enemies were defeated.
Gonna go and double check that, make sure there were no more... Yeah, more wall masters. We've got Zelda.
Well, potentially. I didn't see if that might have been a push block room with like a double block in the middle. Maybe, maybe not.
That's true.
Question in chat, can people watch things besides ads? Maybe.
So we do have a hint in level 9. The Kidnapped is in the northeast of the skull, which is exactly where we're at. Very promising.
Yep, I think I would have fired a wand blast just to light the room up to be sure.
A question in chat, doesn't Zelda make noise too? Zelda only makes noise when she's Mecha Zelda, which you find whenever you are actually playing one of the enemies. So if you are playing the Wizrobe sprite, for instance, you will have to face a giant flaming Zelda.
She's just upset because somebody heard her snoring in her sleep and woke her up.
And Sigil right here showing why it's so important to carry a potion when 2Q enemies are in play.
That's right, Bakuda. A potion is one of, I think, 4 ways that you can restore your sword should a red bubble take it.
The others being a Triforce, a Fairy Fountain, and a blue bubble.
Ooh, 5 ways. Like I said, chat, I'm not authorized to do math on stream. The other one would be saving and quitting and then restarting.
Very true.
BlessedBe discovering the misery that is this level 8 as Sigil continues to explore level 9.
BlessedBe has put a lot of time into level 8. I think this is his 3rd dive into this level.
And as we saw on Sigil's side, level 8 is not playing around tonight. Level 8 is full of every joke the randomizer can throw at you, including some that you aren't even expecting. A statement in chat, math is for professionals, and that is absolutely right. And there are a few math professionals out there. I am not one of them.
And speaking of professionals, Sigil's going to go south and find Ganon in his room. Potion at the ready. Going to go ahead and a potion immediately. Very wise, as one Hyrule driver would have taken him right out.
And that's the only portion charge he has. So without this stun lock, we could see some shenanigans. Unfortunately for BlessedBe, the stun lock holds. The Piggy is down. Triforce of Power obtained by Sigil.
All right, and he's going straight to Zelda's room. He knows exactly where she's at.
Also, I have noticed, and there's the door. It pops open. Ladies and gentlemen in chat, get your GGs out for our race winner Sigil with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 24 seconds. Also, for everyone who says Ganon and bacon, if you cook your bacon to the point where it's bacon dust, you are not going to have a good time.
It's not bacon dust, it's bacon bits.
Possibly good, but then you'd have to have salad.
I mean, it could always also be like that, you know, the smoked bacon crumble. Put on just about anything. Mac and cheese.
Vanilla ice cream.
Yes, you can, actually. I've had it. It's delicious. Everything revolves around bacon and ice cream. You should know this. All right. Well, we are going to wait and see if Sigil here wants to come in for an interview.
All right, chat. Let's also get out our GGs for our race runner-up, BlessedBe, who has decided to throw in the towel. I can't blame them. This seed was certainly one to put you through the ringer. And now we are joined by our race winner. Please welcome to the booth with your hands, with your typing, Sigil.
Thank you.
GG, Sigil.
Thank you. I have a question. Was there
Yes.
another way around to get the ladder in 6?
Not that we saw. BlessedBe just finding the ladder now.
I think this was the moment where he looked over and realized. And we are joined now in chat by BlessedBe. Honestly, GG's to the both of you. That was a well-run race. And there were a couple of moments that you guys were really neck and neck.
GG Sigil.
GG's blessed.
Yeah, GG's blessed. Yeah, there was a point where I think both of you were in, was it level 2, where you were just room for room with each other? It was pretty neat.
Yeah, like you ran level 2 almost in sync until you got to that like room. And I believe it was Sigil that decided to stay and take out the
I
like
passed
room.
on that. Yep.
Which happened to be where the heart container was, and BlessedBe kept going. But
Yeah. Eventually, it went back when I went to full clear the rest of it out and died in that room. But at least I saw the item before I died, so knew I could abandon it. But I mean, at that point, it was I just kept watching the clock, and it was just hopeless. Kept getting more hopeless. Kept getting more hopeless. Having to dig out dungeon again to go back in a third, fourth time, and still come out empty. It's just, you know, the luck of the draw sometimes.
So there were a couple of ways that each of you had an advantage over the other. BlessedBe, you pulled that red candle pretty quickly, which gave you a slight little advantage, gave you some repeatable offense. And you also had that blue ring, which did give you a nice defensive advantage. However, Sigil, something that really helped Sigil out was pulling that any key out of 4 very early. I think, yeah, he had that any key right around the 24-minute mark, and that allowed him free reign over all the dungeons.
I feel like after a while I was set on keys. By the time I picked up the any key, I had like 6 of them on me. I feel like any room that I missed opening a door was simply because I didn't think about it and I went in a different path. Like I don't really think keys were a hindrance for me too much. Combat was a hindrance. Not right ordering dungeons was a hindrance. There was a lot that didn't go right.
I think that the keys were an issue early. I believe that Sigil was able to
Probably,
pull
yeah.
a few Triforces because they had the any key.
Yeah, it just gave him a shorter way to the Triforce.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Both of you pulled the bow relatively early. Both of you almost went immediately to the arrow shop and bought arrows. So you were both slinging arrows very freely through the whole seed. The point at which Sigil started to really pull ahead was after getting out of 2, pulling that book out of 2, went to both hint shops and learned that not only was the boomerang in a raft spot, but also the silver arrows were in a raft spot. BlessedBe, you found that arrow hint about 5 minutes after. But Sigil kept going along Death Mountain, found level 1, found that raft, and I would say it was probably about another 10 minutes, BlessedBe, before you managed to pull that raft. And once that raft was in hand, Sigil was able to find 5 quickly and pull silvers. And once those silvers were in hand, I mean, he was just slinging death.
Yeah, not knowing where the ladder was my giant hindrance. I knew I needed it for some of the dungeons that I spent 15-20 minutes digging out for no avail. It was nice to find the raft hint. I knew that I needed to at least pick up the raft, so that was something to look for. But yeah, I just took way too long getting going, which is unfortunate because, like you said, the candle pickup. Like I literally like walked into 4, just went through a few screens, picked up the candle like 2 minutes into the run. Like it was sensational. And then finding those early dungeons, finding the bow, I thought I was just on top of the world. And then I just, every dungeon I dug out just didn't give me anything I'm looking for, or just gave me trouble. It was rough. Not too many deaths in my run, so at least I had that going for me, but it was not a good run for myself.
Yeah.
Strong order.
My first 6 minutes, 6 or 7 minutes, I spend a level 6 just to retry out of it.
Yeah, you
Level
did.
6.
Yeah,
So-
Sigil got into 6 and found the mugger, paid a bomb, and then eventually didn't really have anything, and so they just like said, oh, "Okay, well, let's get our bomb back."
I remember early on there was some room in the very first dungeon I was going through that had Lionels, and I just kept dying to them over and over again. I was determined to get through it. I eventually had to back off.
Yeah, I think that
I
was
don't
level
know.
4 that had all those Lionels. That's
was-
where you found your red candle.
It was a rough seed for me, you know. Like I feel like had I right ordered things, you know, might have been in a different situation. Maybe I wound up spending too much time in like, because there was those early dungeons by the starting location. There was a bunch of dungeons over there, so I figured it would be wise to go dig them out. But it was the wrong idea to dig those things out. Like I would explore, but I just couldn't get any value from it, so it wound up just eating time.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's what this game is all about, is making a decision, and then is it the right decision or the wrong decision? It's kind of a luck of the draw.
Yeah, the early dungeons, level 6 up at the Letter Cave, level 4, I believe, in the Graveyard, and level 8 under the Armos. Speaking of level 8, Sigil, tell us about your time and enjoyment of level 8.
I cursed when I saw the Triforce room.
I never
But-
even made it there.
But not the shoot room?
And the shoot room 2 times.
Okay, so Blessed, let me tell you what this 8 did. So first, Sigil finds the compass, and so is working his way along that southern spiral, that's at the edge of the spiral.
Okay.
Or I don't think it was. No, it wasn't there. It was in the middle part.
It was in the middle part.
It was in the middle part,
Yeah.
yeah. So finds the way, goes one room south of the Triforce, and it's a vertical shoot. So cannot get there that way. So I believe up in A's and tries to get there from the north. cannot bomb down, and so has to start taking transports. And takes a transport, and what is it? A one-way transport to that very same shoot room just south of the Triforce.
I slammed my computer chair at that point.
That's
Oh, it was
messed up.
beautiful.
I
Well, at
only
least
Okay.
that makes it entertaining for the audience to watch, but
I only did
not
it
fun
in
for the
D3
runner.
rooms.
Yeah, I was gonna say that whole beautiful. I really think that's a point of view thing because I'm pretty sure Sigil was not thinking it was beautiful at all.
Oh.
It was sort of beautiful when I picked up the wand.
Silver lining.
Well, Sigil, you advance to 4-0, putting you in a fantastic
4-1.
position.
4-1. 4-1.
1-1.
Pardon me. 4-1, putting you in a fantastic position for brackets. How do you feel going into brackets next week? Or well, it's not brackets next week. What are we going into next week? Because I'm
So just to remind everybody, next week is going to be the play-in races between the 2 and 3 racers. So they're going to be paired up and doing 3-game matches to see who will enter into the brackets. But Sigil, 4-1, got to be feeling good about your brackets now, right?
I feel good, but there's great plays on all the areas. On each win total.
Yep. So I think that it'll at least be good for seeding. So you should have a slightly easier time, at least for the first round of brackets. BlessedBe, you're also in the brackets at 3 and 2. You might have a little rougher time. How do you plan on preparing?
Yeah, I'm not giving it much thought because to be honest, I'm kind of with Sigil on the point where like watching the way the Wheel of Doom has assigned opponents, there's so many good runners that are like rated below me and rated above me, and so it's like the way I see it, I just wanted to get in and get into the brackets. I feel like the seeding, I hate to be a negative Nancy about this, but I feel like the seeding doesn't matter because everybody is so scattered that there's good runners that are lower seeded and higher seeded as well. So I kind of feel like it almost doesn't matter. And honestly, I'm just happy to be in this far in, you know.
And that's actually a great attitude to have. I wouldn't say it's necessarily being negative. Just I think I recall you saying in your stream that your goal for this tournament was just to make brackets. So
Like I wasn't even going to participate because I didn't think I was good enough. So that's where I am. I signed up 3 hours before the event sign up ended because I just wasn't gonna do it. I'm so glad I did. Yeah, oh yeah, I absolutely proved myself wrong, and I'm gonna definitely use this tournament as like a reminder. Anytime I feel like maybe I'm not good enough to do this, no, like, but don't hold yourself, like, don't just the lesson in life for anybody. Just don't hold yourself back from achieving things that you could achieve.
yes, that's exactly right. I think there's some famous quote from some movie or other about something missing 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at myself because I've only been playing Z1R for a year now. This is my third tournament. I did the random percent tournament last
Rookie
year.
Rumble. Did you do
And then
Rookie Rumble?
I did Rookie Rumble last year. Yeah.
That's what I remember you from. Yep.
Yeah, and I feel like I've learned more from this tournament than
Agreed.
I have any of the other tournaments. Because it's like I've got the basics down. Now I'm starting to kind of hone things, and after every race, I'm looking, going, okay, that decision kind of screwed me over, or maybe I should have done this differently. And I'm coming out of Swiss. I'm only coming out of Swiss 1 and 4 because I got a bye this week, so I haven't won a single game this tournament. In fact, the last 3 races, I picked up the bow very last item. It's just terrible luck. But I feel so much stronger coming out of this tournament than I did going into it. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is, even if you go into a tournament and you come out close to dead last.
You're still a better runner than you were before you started. Yep.
I'm a better runner than I was when I started, and because of how amazing this community is, I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I'm making memories with some new friends, and it's all worth it. So if you are enjoying watching this, if you grew up with this game and you are interested in joining this community and joining these tournaments, don't let how amazing these runners are dissuade you from joining. Come and play. It's a ton of fun.
The community is very supportive in teaching you guys what you need to know. I was very afraid to ask questions and say, "Hey, I don't know. Can someone explain to me?" There's a beginner section in the Discord that you can ask questions. Everybody's happy to help. I watched Chaos Finale, our tracker here, play this for like a year straight, and I kept telling myself, "Man, I really want to do this, but I don't know." And so here I am. So like, I guess I just, to be an example to anybody out there listening and thinking maybe I should do this. It's so worth it. It's been such a good enjoyment, and the community's been great too.
And I'll just end with what Dragonberg said in chat: just do it.
Absolutely. Even as you were saying, Bakuda, if you join a tournament, come in dead last, guess what? You're still coming in ahead of all the people that didn't join the tournament.
I'm looking.
And you are getting experience that you can't really get anywhere else. So that's one of those things where you, again, just do it.
All right. Well, I want to thank our two runners here at Sigil and BlessedBe for giving us such a fantastic show tonight. Do you have any closing thoughts?
Good luck in brackets, BlessedBe, and thank you
Yeah,
for the
good luck to you,
comms and
Sigil.
tracking.
Yeah. Appreciate the race. Thanks for this. Thanks for everybody who helped out. Commentators, trackers, Restream, SpeedGaming community, chat. You guys are awesome. Thanks for doing this. It's gonna be fun for me to go back and rewatch this. So appreciate these Restreams being set up.
Well, that's our goal, is to get as many of these races restreamed as we can, and so far we're doing pretty good at it.
Well, I want to echo my thanks to Chaos Finale for doing our tracking tonight and pushing all the buttons, and a special thanks to chat for keeping us on track and catching the things that we miss. And a special thanks to my co-commentator Adam here. I give you a hard time for not playing with us yet, but I am so grateful that you're here to commentate. This is, I believe, our second time commentating together, and it's always a blast being able to hop in here with you.
Well, thank you, Bakuda. I appreciate that. I'm very happy to be able to commentate with you. As I've said before, I've been a huge YouTube lurker, and this is just my way of giving back to the community that's provided a lot of entertainment to me over the years. And honestly, I like to see this community grow. I like to see the people that are out there supporting each other. It truly is just an amazing thing to do week in and week out. I would like to thank Chaos Finale for tracking for us. Thank you, Chaos. Without you pushing buttons, we would have been, again, completely lost, never knowing that the recorder ended up in level 1. Thanks to our runners for coming out here and putting on a great show for us tonight. While we don't say much about it, chat really does enjoy your suffering, and they do, in fact, like the tears of runners. I don't know why, though. Chat, why aren't you so nice to our runners? They deserve niceness.
I'm the
Please,
same
chat.
way when I watch.
Well, right now what chat should be doing is going out and following both of you runners. They should follow Sigil. They should follow BlessedBe. They should follow our tracker, Chaos Finale. As both of our runners have stated, Chaos does run this game quite a bit. They should follow Bakuda, because Bakuda's out there being encouraging. And honestly, who knows? Maybe you just get a random race that gets started up, because that's what this community does. They'll just run races just to have fun. You could follow me, but I never stream. Bakuda,
Yeah.
any last thoughts on the seed or anything tonight before we close it out?
I just want to say this is our last race this evening. It has been a full night of races But we have 11 races coming up tomorrow. I can't guarantee we're going to get all of them on the restream, but we have a fantastic restream here, and we've been able to get most of our races restreamed for you guys. So be sure to come back tomorrow, look at what's going on. We have some fantastic races coming up. We've got Jay Coper up against 2% Chungus, Malkier going up against Antlers, Opno Point against Sea Falcon. That'll be one to watch right there. Rywick and Thilo Tilo, another fantastic. Potato Pony and Bogey Smalls. I mean, I'm Almighty Bobino and Shaddy. These are all fantastic runners. We have a dynamite night of racing tomorrow, so be sure to tune in and see what is going on.
That's right. Come tune in and watch whatever races you can on Restream. And remember, if you can't watch the races on Restream, the VODs are available on the SpeedGaming Twitch channels. Thanks to SpeedGaming for hosting the Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament and allowing us to restream on their channels. And with that, I believe that's going to bring us to a close to tonight's episode of the Z1R 2024 Winter Tournament. This is the last week of Swiss. Our racers tonight were Sigil, the race winner, and BlessedBe, the race runner-up. Both of them are moving on to brackets. I would recommend that you all move on to enjoying other great races and other great speed gaming events. For Bakuda, for Chaos Finale, for myself, we wish you all a very great evening and a good night.